Hi. Welcome to Movies Reflexed. Today, I am going to explain a sci-fi horror movie titled The Thaw. Watch out for spoilers. Take care. The movie starts while showing a polar bear. Some peoples were standing there to hunt it. One of them shoots the bear. At the first minute, it feels like it didn't affect the bear. The bear starts to attack them. Due to it, they all move back being scared. Now, the bear was about to attack, then it falls and dies. Here, they also see the animal with the bear which it was eating. Then, they lift up the bear and takes it to their research lab. The next scene shifts to a university. We see some students there. They were going to the research lab for their research. We see a girl named Evelyn. She is the daughter of Dr. Crouppen. He is researching on a virus in this movie. Dr. Crouppen was making her agree to come to him. But she was refusing because she was angry with him. When Dr. Crouppen says that he will name all the property of her mother to her name, then she agrees. On the other side, the companions of Dr. Crouppen tells him the bear is dead. These were the people we saw at the start of the movie. They were companions of Dr. Crouppen. They were researching on something. The bear was also a part of their research. With it, 2 days are passed. And we see that Dr. Crouppen is talking to someone on a call. The name of that man was Bart, whom he was talking to. Here, Dr. Crouppen asks Bart to stop his daughter and the other students from coming here. But Dr. Crouppen's daughter doesn't obey this. Now, they all reach the research lab by a helicopter. In this scene, we also see the people of the research facility. Their condition was very bad. They reached the lab but there were darkness inside. Because the energy source of the lab was just a generator. And it wasn't working. Here, Evelyn and her companion Adam was seeing the research facility in complete darkness. Suddenly, they come to a room that was very smelly. At the same time, when the lights turns on then, they see a huge polar bear there. It was the same polar bear which was brought here by the companions of Dr. Crouppen. Meanwhile, after turning on the generator, Bart comes there. Seeing the bear, he asks Adam to click a picture of him with it. As he puts his arm on the bear he feels like an insect has bitten him. But he ignores it. They leave from there. In the next scene, we see Evelyn calling her father. He scolds her and says, "You shouldn't have come here. I had forbid you to come." Now, he asks them to stay at the research facility. After it, something strange happens. The female companion of Dr. Crouppen shoots him and his companions. Then we see the scene of night. One of the students there at the research facility sees strange insects in a room. The student gets scared after seeing those insects. And he shifts his room. But his fellows stay there. At the midnight, when Velen wakes up, she sees someone coming here. As she goes out, she sees the female companion of Dr. Crouppen. She was coming out of the helicopter. Her condition was worst. Evelyn takes her inside the research facility. Here, they were taking care of her. Meanwhile, a student of her comes there. She had rashes on her entire body. Seeing it, they were all shocked. Then the other fellow also tells them about the insects, which he saw inside the facility. The boy was still scared and he advises that we should leave from here. After it, they were ready to move from there. But, due to some defects in the helicopter, they couldn't move. In this scene, we see that the infected lady was about to die. She was taking her last breaths. With it, some kind of strange fluid was also coming out of her mouth. Evelyn tries to save her. But Bart understands that it is a bad infection. And he forbids Evelyn to do anything. They seal the room. Then, Evelyn and Adam move to search for her father. Reaching a spot, they see an animal. Some insects were eating it, and it also has the eggs of those insects. They also see a dead body there. The dead body was of the companion of Dr. Crouppen. Seeing it, they suspect maybe that lady has killed him. When they return to the facility, they notice the same insects and eggs on that lady's body. They get worried after seeing these. All the students in that facility becomes worried. They call the rescue helicopter in order to leave this place. Then Evelyn also sees the bear. They find the same infection on it. Seeing it, they all understand that the situation is critical. It is a kind of infection that can spread like a pandemic. Evelyn makes her companions understand that we shouldn't move out from here in this situation. Because like this infection can spread to the whole world. She decides that they will also forbid the rescue helicopter to come here. But her companion forbids her to do this. He destroys the radio system while shooting it. So that nothing could stop the helicopter. In the next scene, we a student who came with Evelyn. Has a lot of eggs same in her body. Seeing it, Evelyn understands that the girl is also infected. Then, they again go to the lab. The place where they put the body of that lady with the bear. They see many strange insects are coming out of her body. On another side, due to the bite of insect, the infection also got into Bart. In this case, the infection can spread to his whole body. That's why he decides to cut off his hand in order to stop the infection spreading. At first, the student of Bart wasn't agreeing on this. But when he insists, then Evelyn manages some first aid there. With courage, she cuts his hand with a huge knife. His hand was bleeding. Evelyn tries to stop it. Now, many insects were coming out of his cut hand, but Adam burns them there in order to stop their movement. After it, we see that Evelyn wants to research on those insects and infections. During this, she finds the diary of her father. In it, there was already a lot of information about those insects and infections. Due to this, we come to know that her father also knew much about these insects. Seeing all this, Evelyn decides that she will take her father's camera from that lady's hand. They all forbid her to do this. When she insists, then they agree, but on one condition. If any insect comes on her, then they will not let her come out of that room. She accepts it. We see Evelyn has covered her body and went in that room. As she was coming out, while taking the camera, suddenly, the insects come out of the bear's body and were about to attack her. But she manages to come out of there. But after all this, an insect was about to move in her body. Then, Adam takes it out of her body. Like this, she was saved from all the insects. In the next scene, we see that they are all watching the videos of Dr. Crouppen. Meanwhile, an insect comes here. Seeing it, they go to the lab. They see the body of the bear had been decomposed by these insects. Those insects are in a large quantity inside the lab. On the other side, we see her infected fellow student is requesting to let her come out. With it, she also wants to tell their one more friend is also infected. But before she tells this, another man shoots her. They all think he shot her to avoid the spread of infection. In the same scene, we see Evelyn is checking Bart's hand. Seeing the insects in his hand confirms that Bart's is also infected. Now, Bart decides that he will stay here. He asks them to leave from here. But before going out, Evelyn and Adam decides that they will go after testing themselves. If anyone is infected, then he will not leave from here. On it, their third fellow comes in anger. Because he was infected. He reveals in front of everyone that he is infected. And I will definitely go out from here. Hearing it, they become worried. They try to stop him, but he has a gun. Evelyn and Adam were making him understand that how can he put all the world in danger for his sake, just for some time before dying. You will finish all the people in the world. But he ignores them. He was about to shoot him. But Dr. Crouppen comes from behind and shoots him. The entry of Dr. Crouppen was a lifesaver for them. Dr. Crouppen asks them to destroy the entire facility so that this infection can never spread. They were about to do this, but they think that they should see the full recording first. Seeing this video, they also come to know that Dr. Crouppen is also infected. And he had infected himself so that he could know more about this infection. Seeing this, Evelyn becomes sad. She tries to make her father understand that this is not the way to save the world. But he ignores him. He locks them in the facility. Meanwhile, the rescue helicopter comes there. They were about to leave from there. Meanwhile, after trying a lot, Evelyn and Adam succeeds to come out of the facility. They shoot the helicopter with a gun. Due to this, the helicopter loses its balance. And it falls on the lab. Due to it, the facility and the helicopter both were destroyed. And with the blast, Adam also dies in it. Evelyn was depressed after seeing him dead. Now, in the last scene of the movie, we see a dog is eating a bird. The bird was infected with this infection. We also come to know that this dog is a pet dog. Seeing it, we can say, this infection will now spread around the world. And with it, the movie ends here. If you enjoyed this video, then please subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for the upcoming uploads. Thank you for watching.